Hello. Today I'm going to talk to you about a study strategy called interleaving. My name is Jean Bernard and I am the coordinator of the Academic Coaching and Tutoring Center. What are you going to do when you need to learn more than one subject, let alone more than one topic within that subject, this semester? How will you structure your study time? You might be thinking, this is all too much, or how am I going to manage all the material? Well, interleaving is a strategy for you. Interleaving is a process where students mix or interweave, if you will, multiple subjects or topics while they study in order to improve their learning. Before I talk to you about interleaved practice, I want to talk to you about block practice. So block practice involves studying one topic or subject very thoroughly before moving to another topic. So for example, you'll study an hour on one day, this particular topic. Wednesday, you're going to study a different topic for an hour, and then Friday, you'll study for another different topic for an hour. However, in interleaved practice, you are going to still study the same amount of time. For example, this was 3 hours, but you're going to study 20 minutes a day for each of those particular topics. So you'll do 20 minutes of topic 1, 20 minutes of topic 2, and 20 minutes of topic 3. And then the next time you study, you don't want to forget to switch the order. I know you probably have subjects or topics you would rather study, but be sure to switch it up. This will help you make connections between the different topics. There's a disclaimer. Get an understanding of one topic before moving on to the next. So let me go over some research and an example. In 2010, Taylor and Moore did this interleave versus blocked practice study using mathematics. During a one-time study session, the students who used block practice had an 89% correct rate versus a 60% correct rate who used the interleaved practice. However, and this is a huge however, a week later, the students who had practiced solving problems using the block practice had only 20% correct, while the students whose practice was interleaved averaged 63%. That is a huge difference, over 40%. So let me show you an example using blocked practice. So on Monday, we're going to spend an hour finding volume of a wedge. On Wednesday, we're going to do practice problems finding the volume of a spherical cone. And then Friday, we're going to practice some problems finding the volume of a half cone. In interleaved practice, we're going to still spend an hour on each of those days, but we're going to practice all 3 of the problems. So we'll do 20 minutes practicing problems finding the volume of the wedge, 20 minutes practicing problems finding the volume of a spherical cone, and then 20-minute practicing problems finding the volume of a half cone. Then on Wednesday, we'll switch the order for an hour, and then on Friday, we'll switch the order again. Interleaving has been shown to be more effective than block practice for developing the skills of categorization and problem solving. Interleaving also leads to better long-term retention and improved ability to transfer learned knowledge. Let me go over a few quick tips that you can use while using this interleaved practice. You want to use this with other strategies you've learned along the way that work for you. And you're also going to want to interweave old and new material together. So don't forget to bring up the chapter 1 material, include it with your chapter 2 material, because you know it's going to be on that next exam or the final exam for that matter. You want to interleave topics or subjects that are similar for maximum results. So it might not be something that you want to interleave topics within history with chemistry, but you possibly could interleave some practices of calculus with some practice in physics. And it's also more effective over long term. This isn't something you want to start the day before the exam. You want to start this a week, 2 weeks, right from the beginning of the course. At first, interleaving may seem harder or more uncomfortable than block studying. However, it's because you're learning a variety of topics instead of just one. That added effort can create better, longer lasting results. Don't get frustrated if it isn't working right away. Keep with it. Your future self will thank you for it. Do you have any questions about using this study strategy? Make an academic coaching appointment with the ACTC today.